I started vaping when I was 14, but I started smoking when I was 13. Now, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't experience any side effects within that 7-year time span, so I'm just gonna tell you right off the bat, vaping fucking sucks. Rise and shine, asshole. The boys and I are about to go to some food. You wanna come along?
Yeah, sure we can if you... Oh, fuck.
Vaping and smoking is one of those things that I'd highly discourage for anybody who's thinking about trying it. Like, if you think vaping is cool, it's not. I remember a guy who told me that he quit, and I thought he was cooler for quitting than he was for actually vaping. Like, seriously, if you asked me who's cooler, this random guy who quit vaping or a war hero, I would say the war hero because he's a fucking war hero. But besides that, the guy who quit was also pretty cool. Now, this story is gonna kind of stray away from my original nicotine video because my first time experiencing nicotine wasn't from a buddy who handed me their vape in the bathroom. My first time getting a nicotine buzz was actually from a cigarette at home. All right, one more thing before we get into this story. I'm gonna start wearing a name badge because there's a fuck ton of people just swindling my shit and posting it on TikTok. So with that out of the way, let's get into this story. I was 13 and my mom had just went to work. Now, if you've ever been around somebody who smokes before, you know for a fact that they have an ashtray that's at least 4 feet tall with cigarette butts. So I started digging around and noticed a cigarette butt that had probably about a quarter left on it. And I was just kind of thinking to myself, well, if my mom smokes, maybe I should too. So I grabbed the cigarette butt and lit it on the stove. But I was kind of nervous to take my first hit off it. It was one of those things where you're just like, damn, do I really want to do this? And I basically just said to myself, fuck it. If my mom smokes, so should I. I took my first hit off it and it was fucking nasty. Like my throat was burning, I was fucking coughing. But being the dumbass 13-year-old that I was, I convinced myself to carry on. So I took my second hit and it wasn't as bad. My throat wasn't fucking burning like it was on the first one, but it still had that disgusting taste to it. It was also on my second puff where I was kind of like lightheaded. Like I felt kind of sick. Like it wasn't really a good feeling. I took one more big ass hit for the fuck of it and I started dying. My lungs felt like they were on fire. I was fucking choking on this bitch. Like I thought I was gonna throw up. I had a fucking pounding headache. It was not a good feeling at all. I threw that shit in the sink and acted like it never happened. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. After that, I did smoke a little bit, but not too much. It was like maybe once or twice a week. It wasn't really nothing too consistent. I definitely wasn't addicted to nicotine at that time. Cigarettes were just too fucking gross for me to go all out on. But sometime later, Juuls just started getting popular. I was walking around town with a couple of buddies of mine, and my friend Pat offered me to hit his Juul, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, dog, it's a Juul. You never heard of a Juul before? No, what the fuck is it? Bruh, it's nicotine. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh, well, I smoke sometimes. How bad can a Juul be? So I grab Pat's Juul, take a big ass rip off this shit. Now, I hate vaping, but let me just say right now, Juul's mint and mango went fucking brazy. Like, if Juul still sold mint and mango, I would be all over that shit. So anyways, I took the big ass rip, exhaled it, and I don't care what anybody says, vaping is so much stronger than smoking. The amount of nicotine that were crammed into those little cartridges should have been criminal. I mean, my head was fucking spinning. I could barely fucking walk straight. But the weird thing is about this one is I actually kind of enjoyed it. I was like, damn, this isn't too bad of a feeling. Today, 6 years later, I find myself sleeping in bed with a fucking vape in my hand. Like, seriously, do not start vaping. It is a horrible addiction. Now, some people might say, well, you're a fucking idiot for vaping for 6 years. But trust me, time flew by way faster than I thought it would, and now I'm stuck spending a fuck ton of money on something I do not enjoy. Alright, guys, sorry that this video... Alright guys, sorry that this video is so short. I've been pretty fucking sick while making it. But don't worry guys, I just quit my job, took a mortgage out of my house, and now I'm doing YouTube full time. So you can expect weekly uploads. But in conclusion, don't start vaping. Unless the Juuls, Mints, and Mangoes come back. I swear to God, them things were so good. I'm gonna fuck